Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back. So I went down to the dollar store the other day and I found one of these 12 packs of party poppers for $1 each. These things are kind of cool. When you pull the string, they pop out a little bit of confetti, no big deal. But for this project, I thought it'd be fun to take this idea and supersize it by making party poppers that are a lot more powerful. Now, if you've ever wondered why a party popper pops when you pull the string, you're in luck, because we're gonna cut these things open and show you the mechanism that sets these things off. Now, if you slowly and carefully use something like a pair of scissors to cut around the base of the plastic, you can remove the top and you'll be left with a string and what looks like a little rolled up piece of paper on the end. If we take that little rolled up piece of paper and just very slowly and carefully unroll it, I gotta do this without blowing my fingertips off. Eventually, we're gonna get to the center, and if you look closely, you're gonna see there's a little red patch of powder right in the center of the string. This little red dot may look small and harmless, but this is Armstrong's mixture, which is a high explosive so sensitive it can get set off by friction. So as you pull the string through, the friction sets off the powder and causes the explosion. So here's the basic idea. Let's bring back the hydrogen generator we made in a previous video, pack one of these water bottles full of confetti, and use one of these small party poppers as the igniter to set the whole thing off. We're also gonna want our party poppers to be a little more powerful than one of these lame little explosions. So for that, I went down to the local super center and picked up some of these multicolored pieces of construction paper, as well as a roll of fire-resistant party streamers. Now, I had kind of a hard time finding actual confetti at the store, but if we take a bunch of construction paper like this and use a multi-hole punch like this, we can make our own colored dots in just a few seconds. So a couple minutes later, we have ourselves handfuls upon handfuls of these little colored dots. This is gonna be fun. Now over here, we need to turn our water bottles into something I like to call confetti cartridges, and that's easily done by taking a few handfuls of these colored dots, shoving them down into the bottom of our bottle, and then covering everything with a couple of layers of our fire-resistant party streamers to hold everything in place. And I'm gonna make a really big mess as I do. Wow, I'm terrible. The idea being, if we did it right, we should be able to turn this thing upside down and our colored dots will stay in place. Now, to make these things pull string poppers, we need to just slightly modify our water bottle lids, and for that, I'm using a toothpick. All I need to do is poke a small hole through the center of the cap, then bite one end off the toothpick and use the blunt surface to push the string from your party popper down through the inside of the cap. Now, hydrogen is an extremely light gas, and even this small hole at the top will be enough to let that gas rise up and escape over time. So let's just use a little bit of this tacky clay to plug that hole, which will give a slightly longer shelf life for using our hydrogen bottles. So let's talk about the hydrogen generator for a second. This thing actually splits water into two molecules, hydrogen and oxygen, and both of those gases combine to make a highly explosive mixture. All we have to do is fill this thing up with distilled water, add a little potassium hydroxide as an electrolyte, and then hook it up to a car battery to get cranking out our gas. 2 scoops of potassium hydroxide in every king of random generator. Cool, it starts bubbling immediately. So right now these bubbles are kind of weak, and that's because the system is pushing out all of the air that's trapped inside. But as all the air is pushed out of the system and the hydroxy gas replaces it, these bubbles will snap with a bang loud enough to hurt your ears, and that's when they're ready. All right, I think our system's good. Now, charging our confetti cartridges with hydroxy gas is actually a lot easier than you might think. Just take the output end of your hydroxy generator, stick it inside the bottle, and hold it upside down for about 1 minute. As the hydrogen and oxygen rise, they're going to displace all the air out of the bottle until only the hydroxy gas is left. At that point, just screw the lid back on, and your confetti cartridge is ready for action. Update guys, I got my wife with me to test out our very first cartridge here, and these things are a lot louder than you might think, so I brought a couple of earplugs for her to put in, and I'm going to give you a thick glove, because as you pull the string, I don't want any shrapnel coming back and hitting your hand either. Okay. These things are powerful, guys. Now this thing should be just about ready, so let's go ahead and screw the cap back on. Now all you're going to do is hold this in one hand, and when you're ready, pull the string, and let's see what happens. It worked! It worked!
Oh, wow.
So check out this damage, guys. We got a little bit of an exit wound near the neck of the bottle, but look at the top. I mean, it just shredded that completely.
Yeah.
That worked perfectly. And we got confetti all over the room. That was awesome. Apparently we have some spider webs in the basement here because you can actually see confetti stuck to the spider webs.
Oh, apparently that wasn't clean.
Did you guys see that when it exploded? There was actually like a huge fireball. I saw a blast at my face and then all the confetti went this way. It smells kind of like sulfur. It smells kind of like gunpowder just went off. I think that was just from the actual pull string party popper itself. The hydrogen doesn't make that smell. But you can see how much more powerful these things are now with the hydroxy gas in the bottles, right?
Yeah, that's gonna make for a really amazing party favor right there.
Oh, and how was it having the earplugs in? How much of a difference do you feel like that made to the effect?
It was still extremely loud.
Yeah, I had my ears plugged and I could still hear it quite a bit as well. Yeah. If you don't have your ears plugged, your ears will sting. They will ring. It hurts quite a bit.
If I didn't have those earplugs in, they would be ringing now for sure.
You want to try another one?
No.
Okay, how about I do it this time?
Okay, I'll watch.
So I'll do it this time. All right, so our second bottle is charged, and this time I'm gonna set it off. Gloves on for safety. And I think I'm just gonna shoot it straight up at the ceiling this time, just to see if we can see the confetti go up and rain back down. So I'm gonna get a little bit risky and stand a little bit closer than I should. And if all goes well, why don't you get a little bit closer, baby? Here we go, moment of truth. Wow, dang. Check this out, it exploded right in my hand, like right at the neck of the bottle.
Ooh.
My fingers are tingling from the shockwave.
Yeah.
It's a really good thing I was wearing gloves there. And look at that, it just burst out the side. Amazingly, like none of the confetti came out.
Reuse all that confetti.
It had like this little hole in the top. I think we're gonna have to do that again.
I think the baby can hear those explosions.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You think he jumped? Now, how did you get your bottle to explode, but mine busted at the neck?
I think I was holding it at an angle.
Do you think the angle makes a difference?
For whatever reason, I think that helps the blast go up and out rather than straight up.
Okay, let's go ahead and screw on our last blast cap here. Dang, that was amazing. I like felt the kickback on my hand and then it just all went out the top. Whoa, come look at this, come look at this. It all blasted out the top, like it just shredded it and pushed everything out. That was perfect. There's no damage down here by the neck, but I actually felt that kick back and hit my fingers. Even with this big thick glove on, it hit my fingers to the point where they're a little bit numb, they're stinging. But that blast couldn't have worked out more perfectly. That was amazing. King of random party poppers, guys, how about that? So that's cool. So yeah, thoughts on that, Janae?
I think that was awesome.
So there you have it, guys. That's how to turn your ordinary dollar store party poppers into party poppers King of Random style that pack a little bit more of a punch and are quite a bit louder as well. Hey guys, thanks for joining us for this video. We'll be looking for you in the next one. Talk to you then. Too dangerous to do at your house, so go do them at someone else's house instead. Hey guys, thanks for watching, and remember, I'm giving away prizes now on every new video. All you have to do to qualify is subscribe to my channel, ring the bell, and select to be notified when my next videos get released. The secret link to my giveaways will be pinned in the comments for the first 12 hours. If you like what I'm doing, show your support right now by giving this video a big thumbs up and share with a friend. I love you back, and I'll see you next time.